What's up, my good people, and welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. I'm your host, Nino Sparks Sedan, aka the Mid-Range Bully. Let's get it. Now, back with another trade proposal. Today, we talking none other than Dame Dollar. Now, if it feels like we've been here before, it's because we have. If you recall, I did a video last season on all the teams that I felt should wrap things up and put a bow on it, start over, reset, whatever you want to call it. And at the top of that list were the Portland fucking Trailblazers. Matter of fact, I think I started with them. And I lamented how we at the Bully Ball Show are Dame Lillard fans. We want to see Dame on the biggest stage. And for whatever reason, that can't happen in Portland. No disrespect to Portland or the Blazer fans. But the last time the Portland Trailblazers had a championship team was when they had Aldridge at the 5, Nicholas Batum at the 4, Al-Farouq Amino at the 3, Wes Matthews at the 2, and Dame Lillard at the 1. That was your championship team. And I think you had CJ coming off the bench. And just to put in perspective for how long ago that was, only 2 of those guys are still in the league. And that's Dame Lillard, and I don't think anybody would have guessed, Nicholas Batum. So yeah, Dame finally asked for the trade. But we know the team he wants to go to, and we know the teams that have potentially made offers. So I don't want to regurgitate some shit that we already know. I'm here to give you the shit that we don't know. Give you the good. So let's break down first Miami Heat. This seems really reminiscent of the Anthony Davis situation, where everyone knew what team he wanted to go to, even though he came out when they asked him, he said, I got all 29 other teams on my list, which we know was bullshit, because when the Boston Celtics tried to make an offer for Anthony Davis to the Pelicans, his father came out and said, I don't want my son playing for the racist-ass Celtics. And the Lakers and Pelicans eventually did business together. And it worked out for both parties. You look at the Pelicans and where they at. They got an all-star out of that with Brandon Ingram. You got Zion Williams out of that. I think Jose Alvarado might have came out of that. I know Murphy came out of that. You don't got Lonzo anymore, but I think they flipped him. You turned Josh Hart into CJ. So that worked out for both parties, and the Lakers got a championship from it. So if you Miami and the Blazers, you could do business. But Miami doesn't have nearly enough as a good offer as the Lakers had for Anthony Davis. So where does that leave us? And we ain't got to go too far into it, but Miami Heat, out of all the teams that did make offers, all the teams being the ones that we heard about, the Celtics and the Spurs potentially, and the Jazz, like I said, we ain't going to go too far into it, but the Heat probably had the worst offer. What was it? 3 or 4 future round picks, some inspiring contracts, 2nd round pick draft swaps, and Harquez and Nikola Jovic. I never even seen him play. Harquez, hey, he looked good in Summer League. But that's probably the worst offer, to be honest. And I want to see him with the Heat. I would love to see him with Jimmy Butler and Bam. And I just watched the Pro AM with Hero against Bam. They was playing on opposite teams. I don't know if that was a hint. Like, hey, I know y'all trying to get Dame, but I think the Blazers have made it abundantly clear they don't want Tyler Hero. They already got their two in Anthony Simons. And I think Sharp might play that same position, or they might have him at the 3. But I don't want to spend too much time talking about the Heat. Because like I said, I think they have the worst offer. The best offer would be with the Celtics, as much as I hate the Celtics, but Jaylen Brown for Dame Lillard, straight up. That's literally the best trade. If that trade was actually on the table. I don't know if it really was. Other than that, Maxey for Dame, you probably have to take Tobias Harris too. You'd have to make the contracts work. They damn sure don't want Harden. So let's dial it back. Let me give you one that might make sense. Because we know Dame has come out. Well, he hasn't come out, but the speculation is that he only wants to go to the Heat. But if it's one team that could persuade him, it would be his hometown, Golden State Warriors. Now, why would this make sense? Because if you're the Warriors, you're trying to maximize this last little window with your big 3, as you should. And if you Portland, you got one chance not to fuck this up. You need to get something concrete, you need to get some tangible shit. Fuck a bunch of draft picks and what could have been. Like I just said with the Pelicans, they didn't just take draft picks. They got 4 good players, good young players, and some picks. Move some things around and you right back in the thick of things. So what I propose, to put it in the form of a question? Damian Lillard in exchange for CP, Andrew Wiggins, and Jonathan Kuminga. And shit, if I'm Portland, I want Looney too. Hell, you could have Nurkic. Add him to the mix. Why does this make sense for Portland? Because if you can also get a 2nd round pick, then now you're checking those boxes that I just spoke of. You're getting an expiring contract and a veteran with Chris Paul, who better than a mentor, Scoop. You get 2 solid young players. Well, Wiggins at this point is a young veteran and a proven champion. And a guy who they just signed, so you'll have him under contract. And he's Canadian. I think Simons is Canadian too, so boom, you got your little Canadian connection going. You get Kuminga, a young player that could be something. Maybe all that's missing from his game is opportunity. So this makes hella sense for you. Only question is, how will CP really feel about this? He would have to give the okay. And if he was willing to be coached by Steve Kerr, you don't think he's going to vibe with Chauncey? There's got to be a connection there already. A former point guard like Chauncey Billups coaching the arguably the point guard in CP. You could start CP with Portland. You're not going to be able to start him with Golden State. And if you keep him with Golden State, at some point you're going to have a conversation. Hey, Clay is coming off the bench. which that's why it would make sense to trade Wiggins now. Because Klay don't look like he planning on retiring. And if he's going to retire with the team at some point, one of these guys is going to have to come off the bench because they play in the same position. Even though I know they like to go small and play Wiggins at the 4, that lineup is no longer working. And maybe they think they're going to drop CP in there, and that's going to be fluid. And maybe it would work. But defensively, you're asking, if that's the case, you're expecting Klay Thompson to come back into defensive form, which maybe he can. Maybe you know something I don't. Maybe you've been seeing him in the facility. Maybe he looks good. There's a whole lot of maybes being thrown around. Now you got Gary Payton II. And in this trade proposal, you can still keep him. Because if you got Dame Lillard on the team, now that maximizes the window for your big 3 and beyond that. Because Steph Curry don't look like he's showing any signs of slowing down. But you could re-sign Klay to a favorable contract next year because you ain't going to be able to keep everybody. And if you get Wiggins off, then some of that money comes off. 31 mil. Now, Dame's making a lot of money, but like I said, maybe now you can sign Klay to a favorable contract. The fact that you have Dame, that might give you some leeway with that. Like, hey, we're going to maximize this little window, try to get 2 or 3 more before y'all ready to, hang them jerseys. Or go elsewhere. And then from there, you got Dame and you got Steph to build around, to usher in a new era. I don't got to sell you on Dame Lillard if you're a Warriors fan. The real thing is selling Portland on CP, Wiggins, possibly Looney, and Kuminga. If the trade offer is between Miami and this, because let's say even Miami is sweetening the pie, and they're like, okay, well, maybe we can get Tyler Hero on another team, get a third team involved, maybe Indiana. I'll do another breakdown on that another day. Give you a 3-team trade scenario, but in this scenario, I think this, outside of if that Boston trade was relevant or real, I think that this will probably be your best option. And it works for both parties. Because if you're Portland, you can hit the ground running and be competitive right away. Because now you got a mix of young guys and a mix of vets. You got guys that have proven themselves. And hell, I think they'll 8 seed or play in off the rip. Especially if you got CP on the team. You know he gonna get you there. He gonna at least get you there. And they can be that team that makes some noise next season. Because you can't afford to drag this shit on with Dame Lillard. You don't want that dragged into your training camp. That'd be unfair to your young guys, and it damn sure be unfair to Lillard. And you don't want it to get ugly like what you're seeing with the Sixers. So go ahead and wrap it up. Put a bow on it. It was nice while it lasted. All good things gotta come to an end. But yeah, y'all, that's what I got for you. Dame Lillard to the Golden State Warriors. What do you think about that? If you the Warriors, would you want a Nurkic? Would you want? They're not giving you Jeremy Grant. But Dame Lillard and Steph sounds way better than Steph and Chris Paul. Sorry. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'm going to tap back in shortly. Make sure you tap that like, tap that subscribe. Stay tapped in.